Well, hey everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the family Suburban speed build. I was actually planning to release part 5 of the winter ski chalet, but then I saw the comments and how many of you actually really wanted to see part 2 of this build, so I was like, okay, I guess I should do part 2, and so here I am. I won't necessarily be doing much in this speed build, only just the landscaping and I think 4 rooms on the interior, which is both of the living rooms, the foyer, and the dining room. So as hard to believe as it would be, this house has 2 living rooms. One's like more like a formal one, but I feel like it's common in American suburban houses where you have like a formal suburban room for your guests, and then you also have kind of like the family room where like with the television and everything. So I kind of wanted to have that feel in the house, and then one thing that I was also trying to do is not overdo the landscaping, because obviously this is like in a suburban area, and I don't know if you've noticed, but usually suburban houses, they have like a more low-key landscaping, so it's usually never over the top, I mean, obviously, and I don't know, I was just trying to keep it simple, I guess. Which is why you don't see that many trees. It's just more like low bushes and yeah, stuff like that. But overall, I kind of do think that it all came together. I guess the only like expensive looking bush is this one. Because while working on the landscaping, I knew that I wanted like a statement piece or something along the lines of that. So I just kind of randomly thought of this design, and I was like, okay, wait. Maybe it won't look that bad, and yeah, just kind of did it, and you know, now we have the bush. I mean, you can't really notice it that much, but if you look closely, you can, and that basically makes me happy. I mean, it does cost like 4K each, I think, so it is kind of a lot, but you know, sometimes you just don't look at the money and you look at what it looks like, and then you're happy. You know, because worrying about the budgets all the time, it's not necessarily the best thing to do. I learned not to, and, you know, then I get to detail as much as I want. Of course, I need to worry about the money, but you just work, and then you work again, and then you work again, and you just gotta get used to it. And then that's, yeah, like, actually a lot of you guys ask me how I afford these kind of builds and stuff, so I literally just work in the game. If I see that, like, I need a lot of money, like 300,000 or so, I literally just sit down, I open my laptop, I put on Netflix, like a show that I'm watching, and while I'm watching the show, I just work for, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, and that usually gets me, I don't know, 300K per shift, which is usually enough to sometimes finish the exterior, sometimes finish 5 or 4 rooms, and then once you do run out of money, you just go back to working, and you repeat the process until you're done with the build. It's actually not even that boring. Like, I personally kind of enjoy it a lot, because while working, I kind of get the needed break from burning out. So while I work, I just kind of recharge, and then I can easily get back into building, which is kind of like a good balance. Because with building, you need to find a balance between taking breaks and building so you don't eventually burn out. And it's a very hard thing to do, and sometimes I don't even always fully figure it out, so it's annoying. But like I've mentioned before, working is definitely like an important factor in keeping my motivation. So I guess here's a small monologue about motivation in building on Bloxburg, because I feel like nowadays it's actually like a very common issue, where most of us just don't know what to work on anymore, and you know, we don't get updates as often as we used to. Which, honestly, I do feel like updates really help revive different games, but I actually spoke with a couple of friends earlier today about this specific topic, and I realized that even though we don't get the biggest updates, even those small updates where maybe we get like 1 new car or 5 new items, it's still better than nothing, and I'm still much more motivated to, you know, maybe work on something new because of those updates. Rather than nothing. So, you know, of course, we could be getting more, but I don't know. I like to enjoy the little things as well. So, yeah, I guess there's that. So, you know, in conclusion, wow, this feels like an entire essay. But in conclusion, I feel like working is a very important factor in helping me keep my motivation. And then updates kind of boost it. So there's that. I don't know. Maybe this will help you guys, some of you who struggle with building or lose motivation during it. So I don't know. Just keep these things in mind and, you know, maybe they'll help you. And if they do, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear that I got to help some of you. I mean, I hope I did, you know? And, you know, while I was just rambling and talking about updates and motivation, I'm almost done with the backyard. So, yeah, and then we'll be moving on to the interior, which, again, I'm not going to do that much of it. I feel like you'll see the most progress in the next part, which is part 3. I'm pretty sure I'll finish the first floor and even start on the upstairs. And yeah, I also saw that a lot of you were commenting and saying that you guys really want to roleplay in this house, which is so fun to see. For some reason, I think one of the main reasons why I build in Bloxburg is just to see people roleplaying or doing something in my houses. Like, there's just something extremely cool about being like an architect or an interior designer and just seeing people actually do things in the spaces that you design. Like, I really want to, I don't know, build a city or like a mall and just have like an open roleplay session where I just walk around and look at everyone roleplaying, and that would make me so happy. Although I don't have a mall planned, I do have a few things that maybe in the future I'll be able to open for you guys to see, and I know I've made builds before that I should have opened, and I still really want to do that, so I really hope that eventually I'll be able to build something that I could open again. But yeah, the fact that a lot of you actually commented and said that you really want to roleplay in this house, I don't know, it just makes me really happy. And if any of you actually are rebuilding this house to maybe roleplay for like a YouTube video or something, feel free to just, you know, do some little self-promo in the comments, and then if I do see your comment, I'll make sure to actually check out the videos, because I really enjoy seeing people roleplay in my houses. I don't know, it's like probably one of my favorite things about being a speed builder in general. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've ever said that, which is weird because, you know, that's one of the main reasons why I am a speed builder. And maybe if I have, well, now you know, now you're hearing it again. But I don't think I have. Maybe like a year ago, or but I doubt it. But anyways, why don't we talk about the thing that I don't like about this build? Well, it's not that I really couldn't have done anything about it. It's just there. So I really don't like the fact that there isn't really a backyard. And I wish I could have added one. And because we really don't have a backyard, well, we have like an imaginary backyard. But we don't have an actual one. So I thought that maybe it would be a good idea to add the tiny side yard, which is like honestly just enough for your dogs to go out to potty. But on the other hand, I guess this was just the sacrifice to make to put this house in a neighborhood, which I am planning to extend. Don't worry, this is not just like a single build from this neighborhood. Like, I want to do all 4 houses. Technically we only have 1 so far, but yeah, this is definitely not going to be the last one. I suppose what you guys could do in the comments is actually write down any house styles if you have in mind that you would like me to do in this neighborhood. Like, if you have a house in mind that maybe would match the aesthetic of the neighborhood so far, you know, if you have like a house that's low-key similar to this one, feel free to comment down below. Like, I really want to see some suggestions. And, you know, my goal with this neighborhood is to make more houses that are under $1 million, because most of my builds are over $1 million. I kind of want to see some change. You know, I want to have a bigger variety in my channel, on my channel. I guess I can also talk about something that kind of brightened up my mood. I don't know, the past few weeks, I've kind of logged out of my, like, Bloxburg TikTok, and I didn't really check it. I was still logged on to Instagram and Twitter, but I don't know, for some reason I just didn't feel like being on TikTok. And I think it was this Friday where I was like, maybe I should see what's up, because I saw that I had like a lot of notifications, And honestly, I'm so glad I did that, because a lot of you guys who were on TikTok were actually so nice. And, you know, I stumbled across a few TikToks where you guys had tagged me and, you know, have showed progress of, I don't know, speed builds you're following perhaps. So I saw maybe 3 people, I think, just showcase their progress on the ski chalet and what they've done so far. And it's just, I don't know, TikToks like that are so cute to me when I see people just like showing progress and how much they've made on a speed build. And so I tried to respond to most of them, and I hope that, you know, maybe at least a single person from those 3 are actually watching this voiceover and listening, and just, you know, you're a real one. Thank you for, I don't know, just following even. It made me so happy when I saw that, you know, people were actually posting their progress and that they were really happy with the speed build so far. I don't know, I guess things like that also keep me going. So it was very nice to see. And in general, I think I just saw like a lot of mentions on your different TikToks, so I tried to respond to a few. So if I did respond to you, hello. And I feel like I'll definitely try to respond more in the future when it comes to like TikToks and everything. So, you know, if you see something that you'd like to share with me. I actually also really enjoy when you guys tag me on their different videos of where like a realtor is actually showcasing like a property and you're saying you could build this. And honestly, some of them are pretty cool. So it's not rare for me to sometimes grab inspiration from those properties, and, you know, maybe something you suggested might end up might end up becoming a speed build. So, you know, just putting that out there. So yeah, just, you know. No, but actually, if you do see something that you'd like me to recreate, feel free to tag me, and I'm sure I'll check it out. Like, I don't know, I just really like it when you guys tag me and, you know, want to show me something that I could build myself. I don't know, it's really cool to me. I'm not gonna hide that, it is really cool. But, you know, I think it's time for a thing that I haven't done in a while, which is show reviews. You know how I used to talk about the shows that I'm currently watching and whether I like them or not? Well, usually I don't watch a show that I don't like. But I've watched quite a few since March, or I actually don't even remember when the last time I did like a show review was even. But I have 2 shows in mind that I feel like I could talk about, and I could say a lot of things about them that I like. And then, yeah, I don't know if... Okay. So, there might be a few spoilers, so if you haven't watched the shows, I recommend you do, and then you can come back to this. And then, I'll just basically, I think in the description, or like in the comments, I'll just leave like a time mark, when I finish talking about all of this. But if you watch the shows, then you know, you're in luck, because then you're gonna get to hear my reviews about the shows. Okay, the first show that I probably want to talk about, well, not probably, I do want to talk about it, that's Ginny and Georgia. I've heard lots of things about it, all the way in fall, and I just remember my friends talking about it and everything, and I think the thing that actually made me want to see the show were just clips from the show on TikTok. For no reason, I would just like get different clips from the show on my For You page. I still don't know why exactly, I just know I used to get them. And I think that's exactly what made me watch the show, what made me want to watch the show, and it was, I don't know. All in all, I think it's a good show. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, because I did not hate it. No, I didn't. It was actually not that bad. I don't know, like, right now I'm debating whether I should just reveal the storyline. I don't feel like I should, because it just doesn't seem right. I actually want to look at how many seasons it has. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think it was more than 1. Hold on, just checking right now. Where is, Ginny and Georgia? Okay. Okay. How many seasons? 1 season. Haha, funny. Okay, so it turns out there's only 1 season. That's why I finished it so quickly. Yeah, now it makes sense. And okay, yeah, and I think I thought that there were more because I wanted a second one. and I think there will be one more season coming. But the first season, the storyline was like interesting. I really like Georgia because she was such a like a cool mom to me, honestly. And I mean, a lot of people hated on Ginny, but then I kind of understand how she felt, so I don't necessarily hate her. I guess maybe just in the end a bit, I didn't understand why she did that. I mean, kind of did. You know, the whole show's kind of complicated. Like, I understand both of the characters really well, like, why they did what they did, and they're both, like, just kind of mad at each other and stuff. Yeah, it's a mess. But I'm kind of in for this kind of, like, you know, messy storyline. Like, I always love them for that. Like, I love cheesy shows with messy storylines or messy relationships because it's just interesting to watch. Like, to me, watching a show is kind of like living a different life, you know, because you can literally just escape from, you know, the reality and, you know, live in a different reality with different characters and just, you know, you're just literally watching someone's life without having anything to do. That's why I kind of love watching TV series or just movies, because, you know, it's a good escape from reality, for me at least, and sometimes I need it. I mean, who doesn't? Am I right? So, okay, I didn't even end up spoiling anything, so... Should I go back and warn them? No. Nah. You know, if you stayed, then you stayed. And then, okay, another show, and I think a lot more of you have probably seen this one, because it's actually really popular now, and that's Stranger Things Season 4. I know. How basic of me. I can't give you my opinions whether it's the best out of all of the seasons, because I haven't watched Season 1 or 2. And for some reason, I just can't force myself to watch them now, because to me, it just feels like it's too late. So I've watched Season 3, and now I've watched Season 4, technically not fully yet, because Volume 2 hasn't been released yet. To me, I find that stupid. Sorry to say, I find that so stupid. For what reason was there a need to push back the last 2 episodes? Because I'm pretty sure they're recorded already. They're fully done. They're just waiting to release them. Like, why can't you just let me obsess over your show all at once? Why do I need to do it twice? Like, this was not mathing to me, you know? I don't know. I did not like that. But, okay, the entire season, I did enjoy it very much. Did I get addicted to it? Yes. I think I spent... I actually took a day off of school, I think, and I spent the entire Tuesday and then Wednesday just watching the entire season. And of course, it's not fully done yet, so I'll need to get back to it in the middle of July. I really do find that kind of stupid, but it's okay, you know? It is fine. I'll still watch those episodes. So now the whole storyline. I honestly didn't know I was watching a horror movie. Like, in all fairness, I was not expecting any of that. And okay, I do have, like, a confession to make. I'm embarrassed to say this, but when I do go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I do get scared sometimes, because I think, I just get scared that I'll see, like, a clock, you know? And then, you know what happens next. So I always get scared that I'll see like a clock, and it's, I don't like trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I can say that. And that usually only happens to me after a horror movie. So, you know, not to make any conclusions, but it is safe to say, you know, Season 4 is kind of like a, Anyways, but besides that, I really do like the storyline. I think it's different. I can also say that I really did not like Angela. Angela was very mean. Angela was bad. Angela was bad. Let's just put it at that. I don't want to call her any names. I just did not like Angela, and there's that. I mean, I really hope you guys didn't like Angela either. You know, because Angela, she's just not cool. No, she's just not cool. That's not what you do. She thinks she's cool, but she's not. Yeah. What else? Max. I never knew Max was that cool. I only realized that Max is cool in this season, and I really like Max now. Max is probably one of my favorite characters. I don't know why, I really like Max. Max is just, she's cool, you know? I really hope you guys think so too. But like, Max is cool, right? I mean, she is, yeah. And then lastly, Kate Bush. I may or may not have gotten obsessed with her because of Stranger Things. I remember as soon as I finished watching the show, I couldn't stop listening to Running Up That Hill. Like, I listened to it for a week straight. I don't listen to it as much, but I did listen to it so much that I got sick of it. I mean, I don't want to say I got sick of it, because I'd still listen to it with no problem. I just don't want to listen on repeat anymore. But yeah. Wow, did I just go over the entire season 4 really quickly? And I didn't do any spoilers. Well, yeah. Besides the one, I really want to say something. No, I can't. I'm not gonna say it. It's the thing that we find out in the last episode, like episode 7. So it's not the last episode, but you know. That I think I still find it so stupid. Why can't I just say that it's the last episode? Why was the last episode not released? I'm so upset about that. And you see, while I was ranting about Stranger Things, I finished the formal living room, and now it's finally finished. So, yeah, it took me a while to, like, complete it, because I took a while with, like, the tiny details, the final details. But I was really happy with how it turned out. And I was also really happy with this living room because it's so different from what I usually do. Like, I never go for such a white color scheme. Not even like a white. It was just like, it's a very bright color scheme, and I usually like to go for, I don't know, more darker ones. So, you know, this was a step forward for me. And then I also really like the archways, you know, the arched cutouts with like shelves inside. I thought that was like a very cool feature, and I just knew I wanted to use them somewhere. So I was like, okay, the formal living room is the perfect place to do that. And I did. And I sure did. And do I regret it? Nope, absolutely not. And here you can just see me working on the other built-ins. I remember I was a bit sick of built-ins after I finished this house. I did not want to see them or do them ever again. Now, I'm feeling much better towards them. Thank you for asking. I don't feel like I hate them, and I could do them again. But as soon as I finished this build, I didn't want to see them ever in my life. So, but that usually always happens. Like, you know, when I finish a bedroom, I think to myself, wow, I'm never gonna do a bedroom again. But then the next build comes, and then you kind of need to do it. So, you know, that's just the way building works. At least for me, it does. But I think I've said that multiple times before. It's not a surprise. Really isn't. And I also remember taking forever to find the right couch shape, like what couch I wanted to use. I mean, no, in reality, I kind of knew that I wanted like a sectional. I just wasn't sure what kind of a sectional and how big I wanted to make it. So it took me kind of a while to figure out the dimensions exactly. But once I did, it kind of became easier to do it all. And yeah. And then, I don't know, the other things, I don't remember struggling with them, like all the decorations. I think I was really happy that I came up with that idea to use a plant. I feel like that plant that's like right next to the couch, it added so much to the space in general. So I'm glad I did it. And I remember feeling very creative and smart when I came up with that whole idea, because it did fix the room. I really like coming up with, I don't know, these like fixes, and they just make me feel so good about myself if I know that they actually work and that they end up fixing the space and they, you know, end up balancing it all. So I feel like the main focus points of this room definitely have to be the painting and then the plant, because I mean, obviously those are the two things you kind of notice as you enter the room. So yeah, I was really happy that this whole room just kind of came together, and it was so random. I think I worked on this on like a, I don't know, like a random Tuesday evening before school. So I was tired, but I suppose not tired enough to not work on the build. That made no sense probably. But anyways, as I'm working on this room, I think I can share my long-term goal. Well, not really, just a goal for the summer, because I really want to do this, and I don't hide the fact that I really like cars and that I love driving and stuff like this. And so for the summer, I came up with a goal to get my driver's license this year. I know it's something that will definitely take me a while, but I just really want to do it, and I feel like I could if I just put some time into it. So summer has just started, and that means I have plenty of time to study and to pass all the driving tests. I am scared of like the actual driving test where I'll have to, like sit down behind the wheel, because that doesn't always go right, and in Lithuania just driving tests are really hard to pass in general. So it's nerve-wracking, but I don't know, I'm really excited and I really want to get a car. Like sometimes I hop on a game on Roblox and I don't know, I put on some music and I just vibe. Like I literally just drive a car in a game and I have fun. Okay, we all have our own ways of spending time when we're not doing anything, so that's mine, And like I really wish I could do that in real life, like actually just hop into my own car and actually drive and just, I don't know, because driving a car is like such a good way to relax, at least for me. I guess everyone has their own ways, but I feel like mine is definitely like, I don't know, like driving a car, doing something along the lines of that. So if I could actually do it in real life, it would be very cool. And like I can't even know what kind of a car I want and stuff like this, so all I need is just a driver's license, which is not that easy to obtain, but the thought is there, and I just really want to do it. So I guess that's my goal. And I feel like I could definitely share the journey with you guys, like every now and then I could like update you in different voiceovers on how it's going. So, and I already kind of started like learning how to drive. I'm learning how to drive on a manual, which is not the easiest thing, even though it's not going to be that useful in the future because technology and stuff. And I feel like manual cars are slowly disappearing. I have like a very bad obsession for older cars, so I feel like knowing how to drive a manual will come in handy in my life. So yeah, and I don't know. Like I said, it's a bit hard, but I don't feel like it's impossible, and so I'm not gonna give up. And yeah, I even remember when I was a kid of how badly I wanted a car and how much I loved cars in general. Like I was obsessed. So now, when I'm actually like nearing an age where I can legally drive, I think it's time to actually just make my kids' dreams come true. And I guess to mark the end of this voiceover, I can ask you guys a question, because I kind of do that. If you have any goals, what are they? Like, do you guys have any long-term goals? Maybe like something similar to getting your driver's license or stuff like this. Do you have any like goals that you would want to achieve eventually? I'm actually really interested to see what kind of goals you guys have. But yeah, like okay, I didn't say that, but I think this is the time where I'm gonna sign off. But I really hope to see you all in the next voiceover, and for those of you who are rebuilding this house, I wish you the best of luck. I know you can do it, and yeah, just take care, and I'll see you in the next voiceover. Bye!
go, would you be happy here in the end? So is it all for nothing? Was it all for nothing? Those memories, was it all for nothing? Was it all for nothing? So is it all for nothing?
something for you, and I can hardly breathe. Something draws me to you, it's taking over me. Don't know where you came from, but you're cutting deep. When the music's over, will you come with me? Tell me you can feel it, though we're oceans apart. I've got love for you, I've got love for you, and I know this magic sparks inside who we are. I've got love for you, I've got love for you. I've got love for you. I've got love for I was hoping you could fix these broken seams, floating through the puzzles and the endless screens. Well, I've got something for you, and it's cutting deep. Now the music's over, will you come with me? Tell me you can feel it, though we're oceans apart. I've got love for you, I've got love for you. I know this magic sparks inside who we are. I've got love for you, I've got love for you. Caught in a net, I'm helpless, but I'm loving it. And my mind can't cross this fence. Your love is on